We'll start with the root chakra. And that's the colour red. And I'm feeling like a tarot card for the root chakra. I'm just going to have to cover it over though, because what's come out is the star. So I'm just going to pop it down there. Hopefully this will cover enough. Yeah. So I feel like you need to trust yourself more and understand that you are a star in your own right, and it doesn't matter what you're doing or how you're doing it. It's important that you follow what's in your soul and not be frightened of it, and know that you are safe to do this. So feel like there's something that's scaring you, stopping you from kind of watering your own garden even. I feel like there's something that's stopping you from being able to be the person that you should be. I don't know if it might be part of yourself, and it could be other people around you as well, that are kind of either putting doubts in your mind or distracting you to the point where you can't just concentrate and do what it is you're supposed to do to create your own safe haven. I feel like that's what the problem is that you're not completely settled. So even if you're in a situation where you're not completely settled, you can ground yourself enough to the point where you can just get on with it. You can follow your own life path and stop allowing things from holding you back, stopping you from being who you're supposed to be. I feel like the colour red's really important, so if you've got any clothes that are red, definitely pop them on for the next week or so. Really nourish that part of you that needs the fire putting back into it. Red is a very passionate colour as well, finding your passion, knowing that you're following your true course, and not sort of listening to the doubts as well. I feel like I'm being guided to say I'm doing my live today, and although I've got the pricing up and people can pay for the readings, I know that sometimes that's not the way it's going to go. Some people are just not going to be wanting to pay on some days, and there are some days where I'll be called to actually pull forward my plans of doing the reading that I'm doing right now, because there is somebody or a collective that needs to hear it. So I just go with my instinct, trust my soul, trust my root chakra. It's telling me it's safe to do this. It's showing me the way to go, basically, and I'm not frightened of having to make a complete change of my day. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite happy to do what I feel the guidance is. So rather than sit in the quiet for a long time waiting for readings to come in or whatever, I'd rather be using my time effectively and sharing whatever I can with those of you that are here to hear this guidance today. So definitely understanding that not everything that you put out is going to bring back maybe monetary value to you, but knowing that whatever you do put out, it will come back in other ways. So it's possible that maybe I won't get any paid readings today, but there could be something comes in for me, like a gig with my band or something later on today that I know will be another source of income for me, that kind of thing. So kind of having your finger in different pies helps as well. So I'm going to move on to the sacral chakra next, because I feel like speaking about my band as well is an important part of like creativity, that part of you that knows it should be doing something and following, just doing what you love, basically. So the card here for your sacral chakra, which is an orange in colour, is entrapment and the number 34. So I feel like there's something that you can do, but you're not doing it. You're just kind of procrastinating. You're lying there and you're not really seeing what it is. Or I feel like you know what it is, but you just can't be bothered with actually getting up and following this passion, following it through. So again, I want to go back to my reading today. You know, if I'd have kind of sat here thinking, well, if I'm not going to get paid readings, I'm off, I'm just going to go and do something else, that wouldn't have been the right attitude. So to stay here and sit it out and do something that I do know is going to be helpful, it's helping me as well, basically, because I'm getting out of me what I know is inside that needs to come out for other people to hear. The colour orange as well, I feel like if you've been feeling a bit low on energy or feeling just a bit down in the doldrums, definitely get some more vitamin C into you. Look at the benefits of oranges. They might not always agree with some people because they're quite acidic, but you can get them in lots of different forms, you know. You can dilute them as well, put other juices or water with it, but I do feel like vitamin C is an important thing to look at too, keeping your body nourished. And I do know that while we're ascending, we are going to need probably more of a liquid kind of diet than the heavy foods that we've been eating, like, you know, the heavy meats and stuff like that. I feel as though maybe you might be I feel like I'm moving up to the solar plexus already, which is like your stomach area, your gut. So yeah, nourishing that, making sure you're putting the right fuel in. But I will hit on that in a moment. I feel like I still want to stay with the sacral at the moment, the orange, like your reproductive area. So that area where you just, again, your passion, the things that you love, I feel like you need to be following that and even pursuing the people that you know you feel great around, who make you feel great as well, who give you that fire in your belly, who inspire you to do something amazing, or even change what you're doing. They might even make you feel like, wow, that's kind of put something into my mind and shown me, I'm going to just have a look at this now, I'm going to do my own research and this is what I need to be doing. That kind of thing. Allow people to inspire you as well. And if you don't have the time, or you feel like you don't have the time, because I feel like this, you know, where you're laying around on the bed quite a lot, I feel like you do have the time, but I just feel as though you're feeling as though it's not worth it. So being in that mindset, you're always going to be holding yourself back. You're going to be stopping yourself and telling yourself that you don't have the time for it, telling the universe you don't have the time for it, when really you do. You've got all the time in the world. I feel like there is a lot of time in a day to do certain things. Even, you know, the reading that I'm doing today, I'll probably be here for less than an hour today. That's not much out of a day, that, you know, to give back maybe to other people and also to nourish your own soul. So I'm going to move on to the solar plexus now, which is your stomach area, and this is the area of sunshine. And your card is the number 17 and stork: change, movement, new beginnings, transition, flexibility and transformation. There's like a Queen of Hearts sign there on there as well. So I'm thinking that maybe there is somebody else involved in this as well, in your transformation in the way that you're going to move forward, okay, and in the changes that are happening. And although it says Queen of Hearts there, I always go gender neutral, so take it as it resonates. This could literally be anyone who kind of steps into your life. They might not even step in. It might be just somebody that you see. It could be on TV, it could be on like a YouTube channel or anything, or even just on your social media. They might put a little comment on there and they give you that fire in your belly and they make you feel happy, and you know that being around this person or listening to this person's advice is something that's going to help you to make the changes you need to make moving forward. They give you that inspiration, they show you what it is that you need. Again, I want to say food to nourish this area. Lemons are very good. Bananas, maybe not overdo the banana though. I would say maybe, you know, 2 or 3 a week perhaps. But I feel like the colour yellow, getting out into the sunshine, getting some rays on you. Obviously keep it safe as well, make sure you put the right sunscreen on, and don't sit out for too long, but don't completely screen it off is what I want to say. Allow some of it to penetrate into your skin and just bring that warmth back to your body. And if you're in the UK, you'll know that we are all lacking a lot of sunshine, so we will be feeling like the card that I pulled there for your sacral chakra, uninspired basically, because we're just feeling a bit pasty. I feel like the word is, you know, a little bit undernourished. So I want to say as well, even when the sunshine's not out, find your own sunshine, create your own sunshine, and be the person that you need to be for yourself to make you smile, to make you feel good. Don't sit around waiting for somebody else to do that for you. Yes, you can be inspired by people. Yes, you can see that there's a new beginning coming, but the only way you're going to get onto that new beginning is by actually putting one foot forward and stepping onto that kind of new pathway for you, if you like, that new way of thinking, that new way of being, that new fitness regime, or that new I feel like I want to mention what's the word that I'm trying to think of? It's routines. The routines that you've got, maybe switch them up a little bit. You only have to make the smallest change as well, you know, maybe get out of bed an hour earlier in the morning, so you can use that hour to work towards whatever it is you are thinking about doing a lot of the time, but not actually stepping forward and doing. So giving yourself that time, if you really feel like in the daytime you're not inspired, or you're too busy doing other things, or you're working or whatever, create the time that you need, definitely, to follow what it is you need to pursue in your life. So now I'm going to move on to the heart chakra, which is the green area, and I feel called to pull a tarot card for this. And you've got the 5 of Swords. If you're familiar with the tarot, you'll know that this card's it's a little bit of a harsh one, because it deals with like emotions and harsh people around you, but it's also, this one's quite a good balance, because it's kind of in the middle of things. I feel like a 5 is sort of midway, and it's showing that you're kind of seeing people now who have done you wrong, and you're ready to collect the swords up that they've been throwing at you or stabbing in your back, whatever, and you're ready to kind of look at them, forgive them, and just let them go, because there's no point in holding on to these and keeping them in your back. So you can collect them up, and you can just put them, like recycle them. I feel like, you know, just get rid, because they don't need to be in your energy anymore. You don't need those swords. They've taught you some valuable lessons, especially around your heart space. I feel like maybe you're still suffering a little bit with some of the lessons that you've had to learn, but I do feel like turning this around is the quickest and easiest way for you to get through it. And I want to say, don't rush it though. Don't feel like you've got to rush it, because it's not an easy thing to deal with. And when you're a spiritual person, you get a lot of tests, a heck of a lot of tests. Well, everybody does, but when you're spiritual, you understand where the tests are coming in, and you understand why things are so harsh, you know, and why you struggle to get through a lot of things in life. And it feels like one thing thrown at you after the other. So I feel as though it's important to remember you can transform these from negatives to positives. You can look at whatever the lesson is and you can think, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Figure it out, and then you're halfway there. And like I said, this is halfway card for me. So it's understanding when maybe something happens to you, reacting in the opposite way is always going to bring you change, and it's going to help you to move forward. It's going to help you to ascend and rise above all of this, because you don't need those kind of people around you. And this is what the universe is showing you. It's showing you that it's okay to let go of these people. You don't need to keep on being distracted by them, entertaining them, and giving them so much of your time and your love and your energy in exchange for nothing. You know, and I say in exchange for nothing, but really thinking about it, you're not actually getting nothing, because you are achieving spiritual growth from this, and massive amounts of it, because the heart chakra is one of the hardest ones to conquer, and I feel like you're doing great. So don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like you're not doing a good job, or like, you know, there's days where you just feel completely flawed. I feel like I want to go back to that sacral card again, where you're lying on the bed and you're just feeling quite miserable about what people have done to you. But I want to say, don't feel like in the future that they have done this to you. They've done this for you. These people have agreed to kind of push you out of your boundaries, and they've agreed to make you look at yourself and figure out where your wounds are and heal your inner child. So definitely look more into that if you can. And there is some guidance on my Facebook page to do with that as well. I'll talk about that at the end, because I want to get on with the throat chakra now, which is the blue area. And I'm not sure which card I feel drawn to, and that's interesting, because that makes me feel like you're not sure about how to speak or how to communicate with certain people. So let's go with the relationship card. Oh, and we've got wealthy man here and the number 13. So this is all about, it isn't about money for a start, although this person looks very wealthy, like they've got lots of cash. I feel like this is being able to understand your worth. So knowing your own worth, and by knowing your own worth, you're going to have to open your throat chakra, which is the blue area. Okay, I feel drawn to say also, if you're into crystals, find yourself a nice blue crystal to keep in your pocket if you have trouble in social situations, because I feel like that's going to help you. You'll know which crystal to buy, or even 2 or 3. Try not to overdo too many in your pocket though, because that could cause arguments. So just take 1, maybe 2 at maximum out with you in your pocket. But I feel like this is you. You are going to have to speak your truth at some point. You're going to have to tell people from your throat chakra that you are not taking their I feel like it's manipulation, I want to say. You're not going to allow that anymore, and you need to tell them physically, no, this is not happening anymore, this is my boundary now, and I'm not accepting it. It's rude, and you don't belong in my energy anymore. I'm rising above this, and you're not in any position to come with me, because you're still acting from your ego. You're still, you know, treating me as though I'm an option. I feel like there's people around you, they don't put your best interests at heart. They tap into you when they need you, and then they drop you when they've had enough, kind of thing. That's the sort of energies I'm feeling around you. I don't know whether maybe you've been working on this actually, and maybe that's why your heart chakra, I'm feeling your heart chakra is quite blocked. So the colour green is important for you as well. So it's understanding with these chakra readings that I'm doing for you today is the fact that unblocking each one of these is what's going to help you to unclog the whole of the energy in your body, to make you feel more vibrant, more alive, more awake, more in touch and in tune with what it is that you need to be doing moving forward. And that's not going to all happen at once. It takes a lot of work and a lot of energy, and a lot of people who are going to kind of flare you up, a lot of people who are going to keep testing you, who are going to want you to come back with an angry reaction as well. So while we're on the throat chakra, I want to say, speak your truth. Yes, get out, tell people what you feel and how you feel about the situation, but try not to come at them in a place of anger. Try and contemplate what you're going to say before you say it. If you feel like it's making you angry, I'm getting my throat's closing off. I'm just going to have a quick drink. And this does tend to happen when I'm talking about the throat chakra as well, because it's all guidance. So it's showing me sometimes it's better to say nothing. So knowing and understanding how to work with that is a really good way of being able to express yourself without causing too much trouble, but by also letting people know, either by walking away you've shown them how you feel, or by speaking your truth you've also got off your chest what you needed to say. So our next part of the guidance for the chakras is your third eye. And I've pulled this card, but I'm going to have to cover it over, and it's actually the Lovers. So celebrate the love in your life. Inspiration, motivation, love, beauty, action, commitment, choices, unity. So there's also words on the side of these cards, and I just want to show you these. Responsibility, balance, harmony, alignment. There you go, it's finally come into focus. And the number 6, so that's like this month, I feel like June for you. I'm just gonna have to keep this covered over, I'm afraid. So celebrate the love in your life. I feel like with this being your third eye chakra, I feel like this is showing me that this is not actually a love affair as such, but this is you loving yourself. It's you understanding what you need to give to yourself, seeing things from a different perspective, viewing the world from your third eye instead of the eyes that you actually look at the world with, so your physical eyes. So I feel drawn to say meditation. Try a little bit of meditation, because I think that will help you. There's lots of brilliant ones on YouTube. You just really need to go on there and do a bit of a search. Do your own research. You'll be guided to the ones that you need to see. Feel the ones that you're drawn to. Trust your gut, your solar plexus, to show you where you need to be looking. And you'll know if you choose the wrong one. You'll know, because you'll feel like this is just not right, this is not working, I can't get into it, and you'll be guided to whatever is right for you. I promise you, your gut will tell you. So trust it, always trust it. And I feel like while I'm talking about YouTube, on my Facebook page there is a pinned link at the top of the page which I said I would mention, and it does deal with spiritual awakenings, and it's there to help anybody who's on this path who might be struggling, especially if you're at the beginning of the awakening. Okay, I feel like my purpose is to help everybody with this, because sorry about my throat chakra, it's almost like they don't want me to say this but it is to help everyone to do your own research. Don't trust what I'm saying, do your own research. Let me inspire you to go and find your own answers, because everyone's journey is different. Some of the things I'm hitting on you might want to look at, some of them you might not. So I just want to leave it with you, okay? And I also just want to say, with your third eye, the YouTube channel that I really want to recommend is The Honest Guys. So if you look them up on YouTube, you'll find some amazing meditations on there from them. If you struggle with meditating, which I used to quite a lot, when I found these, it was amazing. I actually worked in an office at the time, and I used to put this through my earplugs all day long because it really helped me. A lot of the things that were on there, and that was kind of at the beginning of my awakening, so there were a lot of things that were ruffling my feathers at the time, and they really helped. So definitely look them up, and they will, I would have thought they would have a third eye meditation on there, definitely. They've got literally thousands. Elizabeth, I don't really do yes and no's. I'm in the middle of some chakra readings at the moment. But I will speak to you in a minute if you want to hold and wait for a moment. So I am actually on the last chakra, and that is the crown chakra. So that's the top of your head, okay? And I feel as though I want to pick an affirmation card for this one. And the affirmation card says, life will deliver what I need. I am grateful for what I have. So I'll just show you the card there, which doesn't want to focus, which is quite apt actually, because I feel like a lot of you are finding it hard to find the clarity from your crown chakras to understand what's coming in from the universe for you. I want to say just trust in the universe and trust what the universe is sending you, okay? Because what it's sending you is enough for the moment. So believe that whatever you need is coming for you, and then leave it at that. Don't try not to ponder on it for too long. And like I was saying earlier on when I first came on, I was talking about like the tingles on the top of your head. You'll be feeling that. A lot of you will be feeling that, because that's how the energy is coming in at the moment for a lot of us who are spiritually awoken or on the beginning path of being spiritually awoken. And I want to show you the other side of this lovely affirmation card. And it's a lovely it kind of like looks like a little natural waterfall there in the woods, and I feel as though in order to kind of open up to the universe or spirit, or however you want to speak about all that's around us, I feel like getting out into nature is a massive part of this. Being able to just go out by yourself, or even with other people, or with your dog, or get out into nature anywhere that you can, where there's lots of trees, greenery, nature, wildlife, the trickling stream or waterfall, all of these things that are around you that you can focus on, other than the other distractions that we've got, like the constant distractions of our mobile phones, of the TV, of the news, of other people. I feel like it's important to just press the reset button and go somewhere where you can get peace and quiet, and you can have harmony, and you can just listen to the birds and really zone into that nature around you, and try not to let your mind wander to other things. Be in the moment, live in the moment. I feel like that's what I want to say to everyone. Just be who you are. Just be. It's okay to do that. turn off your phone, turn off the notifications, just go AWOL for an hour. An hour is enough. And it doesn't have to be every single day, but during the week at some point, that top up is going to be so powerful for you, more powerful than you could believe. Even the meditation that I was talking about a moment ago, just 5 or 10 minutes each morning is plenty to top you up for the whole day. That's not much out of a whole day to sacrifice, and I think you'll see the difference if you can just get into that regime, that different kind of routine where you are doing for yourself, putting yourself first at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, even wherever it suits you to put, fit that in. I feel like that's what's going to be the most helpful. So if this is you and you are going through a spiritual awakening and you are somewhere along that line, along that path of being spiritually awoken, I feel like it's important for you to remember that, sorry, TikTok's asking me to verify my live. Just put me off a moment. That's one of those distractions. I feel like it's important for you to just remember putting yourself first is not a selfish act. You need to fill your own cup before you start filling others. Lots of people are draining you. They're taking from you all the time, and you're not getting back what you really need to receive. So you have to pour that back into your own cup. You need to start pulling away your energy from some of these people that are just there to take from you what what they kind of expect. I feel like a lot of people have come to expect this from you, because I feel as though you're the kind of person that people do depend on. You are the kind of person that does give, and you're very empathetic. So yeah, you're gonna need to be doing a lot of the things that I've said through this reading to kind of top yourself up, to clear out your energetic pathways, and a really good way as well of clearing your energy, especially if you've been around a lot of people, like been to a pub or been to a concert or that kind of thing, and you're feeling as though you're a bit like wiped out. I want to say clap your hands, stamp your feet, and give a real good energy clear out of your own body, and just let the vibration of that move all around you. And I feel like just doing that every morning is a good way to start your day as well. Get your blood pumping, clear out your energy, and be ready for to face another day. And I really hope that this has helped some of you that have been listening in. I know that I haven't had lots of comments, and I feel like to me that's not important. I just hope that I'm touching the people that I need to at the moment with the messages that I'm putting out. I do also want to say I will try, if I can, to pop this reading up onto YouTube. So if any of you need to look back on one of the chakras or some of the chakras that I've talked about, do pop onto my YouTube channel and have a look at that as well. If you go to I think it's my Linktree bio that I've actually put a link to here on TikTok, on my bio here, you'll see on my Linktree the link to my YouTube channel, and I think there's possibly a link to that on my Facebook page. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, or you can message me here or on Facebook if you feel you want to connect in that way as well. But I'm going to leave my live for you today there, and I hope, like I said, that this has helped a few of you today. And Elizabeth, just before I go, are you still here? I just want to answer your question. Yeah, thank you for staying. So what I wanted to say was, with the yes and no, I don't tend to do yes or no's because the cards don't really, or even my intuition doesn't really give a yes or no answer. What it does, it provides guidance for you to be able to go and find your own answer, if that helps. So it kind of tells you where to go and look, or what to work on to figure it out, you know. Does that make sense to you? What was the question? Yeah. Did you have a question? I'm happy to answer that before I pop off. And thank you for waiting and being patient. And thank you to everyone else who's been here listening in today, even if you've not commented and you've just been sat quiet in the background. I really appreciate your input, okay? It's just nice for it not to be overly busy as well. It's really nice when I can just talk. Will I get my license back? Okay. Right, I've got 6 different sets of cards here, and what I'm going to do is take these ones away. I'm not actually going to put these back into the mix, all right, because I feel like I want to read a different card for you. So would you like to pick a number from 1 to 6, because I feel like that will give you your own guidance, and I'll choose the set of cards that relates to the number that you choose. 3. Okay. I'm not actually sure what these cards are called, to be honest, but they're very pretty. And you've got the number 9 and bouquet. Pleasantness, gift, charming, joy, happiness, flattery. So I feel like that's a really uplifting card, so it's possible that you will. But I feel like with the charming thing, is there something that you... I want to say, like, you need to kind of put on the charm a little bit, or you need to be, what's the word? Maybe not charming. I feel as though there's something that you need to, maybe you need to make an apology to someone or something like that. I don't know if there's something you need to do for somebody else in order for the universe to give back, if that makes sense. So I was kind of talking at the beginning of my readings here, saying, like, although today I haven't had any paid readings, I know that by doing this I will get paid back in another way, if that makes sense. So maybe this is something that's showing that when you put out lovely things to the world, lovely things come back to you. That kind of vibe, that's what I'm getting from it. Does that make sense to you? I'm not saying that you're not a nice person and you don't do this all the time, but what I'm saying is maybe you are being asked to, maybe not having your license is giving you the time to be able to do this, because I feel like maybe if you get your license you're going to start to get too busy, if that makes sense. So I don't know if your license gives you something, what's the word, it's almost like it may overwhelm you when you do get that back, if that makes sense. So this is kind of the breather that it's giving you. I feel like that's what I need to say. Does that make sense? So I would say just allow the things to flow as they should, because it will come back when the time is right. So try not to force it or control it, because by doing that you'll be holding it away. It would give me my life back. Okay, so when you say give me my life back, though, is this the life that you really, really want? If you really look into what this actually does provide, because I feel like sometimes there's a double-edged sword with these things, and that's what I'm feeling off of this for you. I feel as though, like I said, you're being given this time to kind of reset, to rethink things. And I feel like I want to talk about my own experience with this as well. When I was talking about being a musician earlier on, when I got my spiritual awakening, music pretty much dropped away from me, and that's been my whole life. So to me it felt like an arm had dropped off, if that makes sense, and it was like really difficult to deal with, and I so wanted it back, and it was so hard, but I just couldn't connect with it anymore. And I was thinking, oh, but this is me. But now I've kind of realized actually it's not just me, it's not what makes me. A lot of things make me, if that makes sense. So I've been able to, well, basically put myself first and teach myself more or less how to do the spiritual readings and how to nourish my spiritual side, and learn how to grow in a more comfortable way rather than going against things, you know, allowing things to be as they should. So my music has come back, and it's come back a whole lot better, I must say, because I've got more of a balance now. I'm not out all the time, I'm not running myself ragged. I've got a really good balance of like work life, home life, spiritual side, everything. So it's getting everything into the balance, and I feel like saying that, doing the chakra reading today is what it's all been about, you know, balancing everything, getting everything in line, getting all your ducks into order, if that makes sense. And I hope that helps you today. So I'm just sending my gratitude to everyone who's been here listening in, and thank you so much for the comments and the taps of the screen, and just for your time today. It's been lovely to share time and energy with you all, and I will be back. No worries, Elizabeth, I'm glad that's helped. I will be back soon, and yeah, like I said, I'm just going to follow whatever the guidance is for myself, what I need to put out for everybody. So hopefully we'll connect again soon, and I'll leave you with lots of love and light today. And do look out for my YouTube uploads as well, because I have put quite a few out recently that might help you. If you pop onto my channel, there could be something that resonates with you on there also. So take care, and I'll see you again. Bye, Elizabeth. Thank you.